beginning of the downfall. So Vinay, who was my manager, I felt like he really had a lot of biases. And Raph did too. Obviously, like I said, like he loves Lucas. He loved this guy named Dom. He loved Robin, but like Robin's smart. Okay, they're both smart, but like he just like played a lot of favorites. And I think Raph for sure did, because Raph would always let like Lucas and like Dom and Robin take like month-long like vacations, maybe like 2 months long, like during Christmas. Like I'm not even joking. Like I mean, obviously they were well deserved, except for Lucas. Lucas didn't deserve that shit. But like Robin and Dom, I love them. Like they're so smart, and they're literally so good at like teaching and like helping other people. I just think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say just now. I think like Raph obviously had his favorites. I don't know if he was like aware that he had those favorites, but like Vinay too, I think he like really honestly like favorited Lucas, and he loved Pallavi. I mean, who doesn't love Pallavi? I fucking love Pallavi, but like still I just felt like he loved Pallavi, he loved Shraddha, he loved like all these other Indian women because he's fucking Indian. I'm just kidding. But I'm just like, he definitely has some bias, like affinity bias. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I just remember like feeling really shitty because I felt like the one thing that I struggled with was being on call, and I felt like I had like overcome all the other like technical hurdles that I was like maybe struggling with a year ago during PIP. So I felt like I was a much better engineer. I felt like I was like on the verge of really being promoted and like really getting there. It just like depended on how custom envelopes turned out. And that was my goal, I think, at this point, was just to reach my 2-year mark and get promoted and then leave. Like that was my plan. Because I wanted to prove that I could get promoted, and I wanted to just like hit my 2-year mark. I felt like Vinay was just, I don't know, like I think he was like harder on me for some reason when it came to like on-call stuff. So if I like didn't know what was happening, I would like really try to do it. And I felt like Lucas, he like sucked more than me because he didn't like ever like respond to these like pings, whereas I would be like, okay, I'm on it, like let me look into it. I don't know. And then like maybe I like was struggling for a little bit, and then Vinay would like nag me. He would just be like, oh Jessica, are you looking into this? And I felt like he didn't do the same with like Lucas or like the other engineers on our team. It's hard to compare to the other engineers because they were like more senior. I just felt like the way that he talked to me was different than the way that he talked to everyone else. I'm trying to like explain it, but I honestly felt like he was just like out to get me, or like just like attacking me. In team meetings, I felt like he would just address me differently, and he would always treat me differently. Even like during our one-on-ones, I would ask him like if he had any feedback or if he had like a way that I could get better at this, because I was actively like trying to get better. And I just remember the only negative feedback he would give me was just that I like need to be better at on-call. Obviously, I've said that like 20 times. I also remember like there was one time that I took Christmas vacation, and I think it was like for 2 weeks, and he like asked me to work. They were trying to like integrate a third-party whatever API into our API, and I wasn't like leading that project, but I told them I would help them like work on the dashboard aspects of that project. And that like fucking project ended up like burning to the ground. Like we invested so much time into it, and it didn't even end up like, we didn't end up finishing it. This project that like Lucas and Vinay were fucking leading like didn't end up like being like going well at all. I mean, yeah, like they learned shit, but it's just like how do I get fired and they're like fine? I don't know. Okay, that was like another fucking tangent, but anyways, yeah, I felt like I was just always being treated unfairly. I was like, what do you think I should do? Like, should I talk to him? Like, I really feel bad. Like, I feel bad every day going to work. And at this point, I was just like so annoyed. Like, I didn't want to interact with Vinay. I didn't want to interact with Lucas. I didn't want to interact with anyone on the team. And I think there was no way that I could have like bit my tongue and just like pick my battles, which I never do. I never like pick them. I always fight all of them. But I just knew that if I like didn't say anything, I would have continued to feel bad, continued to hate my life, and then something probably would have happened eventually. So I might as well just like confront the situation head on and like tell Vinay that I'm feeling badly about these things. So I basically confronted Vinay in like a one-on-one, and I was like, Vinay, I feel like you're treating me differently than everyone else here. I remember giving him like exact examples. And then I feel like it wasn't getting to his head that I felt bad. So then I was like, I honestly think that you're treating me differently because I'm a woman. And I was like, I think you're not understanding that I have a different perspective than all the other people on my team because they're men. I think I said something like that. And I obviously like just called him a sexist, right? Like I literally said it in like a way that wasn't me exactly saying you're being sexist. But immediately he goes on to defending himself, which I get, but it's like the way he did it was just so defensive. It wasn't like a productive conversation. He never like said like, oh, I hear what you're saying and let me try to like think about it and like do something about it. He was just like, I'm not sexist, like Pallavi's on the team, like Strada's on the team, like I don't treat them differently. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's literally your response. Like that's literally the best response you could come up with. So I was just like, okay, I'm done, whatever. I'm just gonna like ignore it and pretend I like didn't say anything. Of course, shit still is bothering me in my head because that conversation was just so bad that I had to just fucking talk to Raph about it, you know? I felt like I guess I trusted Raph enough because I knew he had seen improvement in me. So I felt like I needed to like get something off my chest again. Like I needed to tell him because like Vinay's not doing anything, so I might as well bring it up to Vinay's upper like manager, Raph. So I remember just like talking to Raph, explaining everything that I just said just now to him, and I just remember telling him like I felt like Vinay wasn't gonna do anything, like nothing was gonna happen, and I expressed that concern to Raph. And the way that Raph was talking to me, it really felt like he was gonna take some action item, or he was really gonna like do something to try to make me feel better about the situation. Yeah, I don't know. There wasn't anything that obviously like Raph could think of off the top of his head, but I just remember feeling like he was trying to empathize with me and he really was concerned and wanted to do something to show that he was like, I don't know, on my side. Obviously nothing happened out of that conversation because I got fired. So yeah, I guess fast forward to like when it actually happened. So I had that conversation with Raph, and then a few weeks later, I was like wrapping up basically the custom envelopes project. We were basically almost done. There were just like a few more things that had to be done, but it was like really clear that the project was going to be a success. Like literally nothing was going wrong with that project, and that was like a huge project for me to like lead. And at this time also we had just done our perf review cycle again, and I remember getting a 3. A 3 meets expectations, whatever. And the negative feedback that I got was mainly like to not take things personally and just to not like say sorry when I do something wrong, because the feedback was, or like everyone said in their feedback was like, when something's wrong with your code, it's not like personally wrong with you. Like it's not, you should take something personally and you should just say thanks instead of sorry. I think other people I asked feedback from was just like to stop saying sorry. I think like that was like the biggest feedback that I got. Technical wise, the only feedback was like the on-call stuff, which I already knew at that point I was trying to get better at and I wasn't the best at.